Hey everyone, Groggy here. And today we are reviewing an album called Some Sexy Songs for You by Aubrey Graham, aka Drake, and Urin Anthony Breathwaite, aka Party Next Door. This year and last, Drake has been kind of a big deal and a hot topic, despite the fact that he didn't really drop any music. I'm sure you've heard of the Kendrick versus Drake rap beef that went down in 2021. It's been one of the biggest topics in the rap scene and is one of, if not the biggest rap beef to ever go down in history. Party Next Door has been doing pretty well as of recent. His last project though was kind of disappointing. It took him 4 years to drop, and honestly, the album cover was more memorable than the tracks on the album itself. Drake, on the other hand, hasn't really been doing too well as of lately. The drama and rap beef really damaged his public image. Although I do think that the first two songs dropped by Drake were pretty good in the rap beef, the Hard Part 6 was one of the worst songs that he's ever made. I also think that Kendrick's Super Bowl performance just added more fire to the already defeated Drake. It seems like the world has been turning on Drake, and Drake's feelings are showcased on this new record. And honestly, it's just kind of corny. It's almost as corny as Drake suing his record label, UMG. UMG released both Kendrick and Drake's diss track, and Drake felt like some of the words that were spoken on Kendrick's diss track were kind of defamatory, so he's suing his record label, UMG, for that. Really, really weird and kind of petty. Honestly, I would sue my record label too if they were releasing music from the person that I'm... Actually, no, I wouldn't actually sue my record label. That is freaking stupid. Drake, you're dumb. Okay, now on to the record. The record spans over 70 minutes in length and consists of 21 tracks. In my opinion, this long track list does more to hurt the record than to help it. I do think there are some pros to this long track list, and things eventually do switch up in the album. Vocally and musically, Drake isn't really coming out of the waters with much aggression. In this album, Drake is more leaning towards his R&B side. There are a lot of smooth synths, reverb, soft percussion, and a lot of autotune on this record. He gets very sensual on this record. The melodies aren't very bold, and neither are the lyrics. Everything on this record is quite forgettable. Party Next Door is barely on the record, and whenever he is on the record, he barely contributes all that much. His lines are pretty forgettable. The first half of this album is sleepable, boring, and uninspired. In my opinion, the second half is what gives the album life, despite it having a few misses. I haven't been bashing on the record so far, but I do think that this record is an improvement over Honestly Nevermind. Overall, this album is mid. Although Drake does seem to be making a genuine effort at getting back into making good music, he isn't very successful in doing that on this project. This album drags on for way longer than it honestly should. And honestly, never mind. Fuck. This album drags on for way longer than it should, and honestly, it sounds like background music that you'd listen to get intimate. Which is why I am feeling a score of 35.7 out of 100. Thank you all for watching this review. What are your thoughts on the album? Leave a comment down below for what I should review next. Groggy out. Boom! Drake, Party Next Door. Forever. Okay.